strike Lions.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The return is Brandon Powell. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense making their way out behind their former number 3 overall pick, who spent his last year as a 49er. It's Sam Darnold.
And he's still been looking for that one situation to allow all of his talents to come together. He's hoping that he found it here. Plenty of playmakers on the outside, and a team that's will run the football to let his talent shine.
Darnold going to throw right away. Oh, and that is incomplete. So this game of ours, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'll be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite. Partner, that's excellent timing right there. Breaking off the route and being able to hit it right when he stops.
Faking the give, Darnold. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Still fighting for more. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They've taken this opening kickoff, marched it right down the field. Defensively, not much resistance.
That's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Darnold from the gun. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. It's 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long win streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Now come the Lions for their first drive behind their year quarterback in year number 4 with Detroit. It's Jared Goff.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jared Gibbs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league number 1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offensive, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. This will be stopped out 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Play action. It's gone. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on the side too. And that's a big day in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Goff. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Well, they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big match no matter where it falls because are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
That's downfield for Jefferson. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play there for Minnesota. 52 yards. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Madison with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, I don't think they're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try to mount a comeback.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Donovan Peoples-Jones now from the end zone. Probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. He's piloted 2 drives so far, and unfortunately not very well piloted. Both led to interceptions. Now they're facing the deficit. Another touchdown after that previous pick. Starting over here, 1st and 10. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A stupid score, the Vikings. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic, and as noted, we still have a half of that play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 28-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll wisely just take it here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Jonathan Bullard. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Goff. And that will be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what went wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 at first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get an ace right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Darnold. Complete to Addison on the out route. And he do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in the first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
Now it's Darnold. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Here's the Lion offense now as they get to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree. You don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 37 yards. And the Vikings have taken a 6-touchdown lead. So numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime. That is already now 4 touchdown passes. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the on here in this first half. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Another shot now for this Lions offense. So now Charles drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. So we've reached halftime, but it's quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brad, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. He was nothing short of amazing, throwing 4 touchdown passes to help push his guys out to a sizable halftime lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with touchback. Veteran Jared Goff back out with his Lions offense. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's heading now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Here's Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to put that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's going to get the first out as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to Gibbs on 1st down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. You're probably going to have to try things. And now the ball's out. Fumbled near midfield. And the Vikings pick up the football. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And just shutting him off there. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one good for 37 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in the league have the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Jones. It's in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and the lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come to the 30-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On second down, here's Goff. Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about tight
lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no opens, no seams, and now they got this game well in hand.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, gone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just past the 35. Partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. .50 ball. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Partner, I think this one arrived very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he gets us to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And now the ball's fumbled near midfield. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got a lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Goff. He's got to Williams. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And he's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And now out comes Minnesota. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's aim the camera for the post-game handshake because
how a juke into space. Now he's free to midfield. How about this? Jones hit and the ball's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. And Darnold wants to throw the football and give him another 6. It's on for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Point after, right down the middle. This one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nice here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the 4th quarter. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Goff now looks to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and really not a lot of answers.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Vikings head out to take over once again. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? I hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 54 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
And they take a knee. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for Minnesota, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.